Hello everyone, Pally Time here. Welcome back to Diablo. We are basically going to attempt Greater Rift 50 today. A little bit has changed since the last video. I've been rolling for belts non-stop from Kandala. I've been going over to the cube, and I've been trying to just roll a belt however many times I can whenever I actually have these materials ready to go. And I finally got the one we need for this set. As I continue to click on everything on the screen, we got the Binding of the Lost. Each hit with 7-sided strike grants 3.4% damage reduction for 7 seconds. So this only scales between 3 and 3.5. So we almost got top roll on that. This is a gigantic survivability gain, and it's going to help us out a lot when we're actually trying to push into these greater rifts. If I had to guess, I think I'm going to cap out around 55, and then we're going to need to up our paragons and then just find little upgrades here and there in order to make our set better. But that was a huge step in the right direction. We also found a focus off camera, which has, decent rolls on everything, but it's a legendary focus, which means it has higher than normal dexterity, and then we were able to roll out that 8% cooldown reduction on it. We are still sitting at 61.38%, even without our old belt, which was... What was our old belt? Where did I put that thing? This thing right here. The Vigilante belt, which comes with cooldown reduction. I believe it's the only belt to actually have that. But we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty damn good. Fairly confident we're going to be able to do Greater Rift 50 today. So let's give it a go. Alright, I like the layout. This could have some good density. It could also have some winding bits, but we're going to try not to focus on that. We have bees, which is always terrifying, but I'm just going to try to get everything clumped up, and then when they do, we 7-sided strike to take them down. We do have dashing strike, just in case we start to take a little bit too much damage. We can remove ourselves from the equation. We'll go ahead and gather this channeling pylon and just continue to try to make more density. We don't want to stop to fight these two little guys by themselves. We are always looking to make more density. Normally I try to cut these up a little bit, but because this is such a big milestone for us this season, I think I'm going to keep this one in. Remember that my goal for the entire season was Paragon 500 and Greater Rift 50. Now, I didn't know how much the cube would allow us to scale up. As you can see, we're not having too much difficulty with this. Arcane Enchanted is going to force me back a little bit. We do have another blue pack coming in, but all we have to do is make sure we have Epiphany up all the time. The yellow guy has moved away from his Arcane Sentry, so we can start jumping back in on him with these 7-sided strikes. And between Epiphany, my bracers, and just the cooldown, or the damage reduction we're getting from our 7-sided strike, you can just see how survivable we actually are. Not to mention, ooh, took a big spike there. Not to mention we actually do get immunity frames when we're inside the 7-sided strike itself, so that also helps out with our survivability a lot. We get immunity frames and we're dealing damage, actually. That's something that Crusaders are a little bit lacking in. Crusaders can jump into the air, they could do the falling sword thing and get themselves out of harm's way. But Monk can do that with 7-sided strike and still deal damage at the same time, which not very many other classes can actually do at all. Alright, so I am going to break this up a little bit, but as I'm trucking through this... What is that, a power pylon? We may want to save that. As I'm trucking through this, I just want to really nail down the philosophy with you guys of don't just kill things for the sake of killing things. If a group gets too small, I'm not going to stay and fight that last guy. I guess I will grab this power pylon, it'll help. I'm not going to stop for those 3 guys. This is probably worth stopping for, and then we keep moving. We never want to be wasting time getting a little bit of rift progress. Because keep in mind, we're going to be doing the same rotation regardless of what we're fighting. So we always want to be fighting the maximum number of mobs possible at any given time. And that's really something that I'm trying to master as we are trucking along with this monk, and something that you guys should keep in mind as you're getting into these higher rifts. I know I talk about it a lot, but it really is essential for making any sort of progress on these. And don't be afraid to leave a blue pack behind or something. If anything has shielding in this, I'm likely just going to leave, because that is a complete waste of my time. A complete waste of my time. Honestly, this right here might just be a complete waste of our time. So I'm just going to stick to the density. We have another blue pack over here. What are these? Frozen Mortar, Thunderstorm, and Fast. Well, there's enough density to the right here that I should probably be able to blow these guys up pretty damn quick. There's the Frozen. Hopefully we dodge it. Oh, didn't dodge it. There was our cheat death. I was trying to time that with our immunity frames there. It did not quite work. Did not quite work. But you know what? That's what cheat deaths are for. Am I right? All right, not going back to the yellow. I can go ahead and probably clear these out. And then we're going to keep moving down this path to the northwest. My cheat death just procced again. I'm not really even sure what procced it. Probably just a momentary lapse of concentration. We have a conduit here. We haven't had the best density. It has not been terrible by any measure at all. But this conduit probably not going to be too useful for us. Never mind. Look at that. Beautiful. I feel like the second levels always seem to ramp up with how much stuff we're actually fighting. Arcane Enchanted Plague, Shielding, and Vortex. I'm going to stay here just because we have Conduit. The shield really does mess me up a lot, though, but we were able to burst them down no problem. No problem at all. Got another yellow. Electrified, Illusionist, Poison Enchanted. Is that it? Oh, Teleporter as well. Okay. So we actually benefit a ton from fighting Illusionists because their copies can also have Exploding Palm applied to them. So when we go in for the 7-sided strike and we detonate the palms, these guys are actually hurting themselves by summoning in these copies. I mean, like, it's meant to overwhelm characters who do mostly single target damage, but Monk this season just does so much of both that Illusionists are like basically free rift progress. I mean, I don't think I've ever had any trouble at all killing an Illusionist. Now, an Illusionist with shielding may be a completely different story, but have not run into too many of those. As far as our progress goes, we are 8 minutes in, so that means about half of our time has been used up, but we are almost at the end of this. We have almost completely cleared this place out, and we've almost summoned in the Rift Guardian. Density definitely starting to dwindle all of a sudden, though. Hopefully this new level will be a little bit better. We have zombies. Zombies give a ton of progress. I actually don't know if that's been changed. Maybe someone can enlighten me on that. Back in Season 3, zombies basically were the easiest mobs to kill and gave you some of the best rift progress in the game. But I thought I remembered reading something where they were talking about making it so if a difficult mob to kill, you know, they would take more time. So one of these big brutes or something that we run into with the maces every now and then, you know, those take a long time to kill, so those will give more rift progress. I don't remember if that was an idea or something that was actually implemented. Maybe someone can shed some light onto that for me. But we are about to spawn in the boss. I don't think we're going to have much trouble with it. I think we're going to push this no problem. No problem. Oh, come on. You're just teasing me now. That bar is full. Here we go. Here we go. Who do we got? Oh, we have Leoric. He can actually hit pretty hard. So we're just going to have to use our dashing strike to get behind him when he's using his skeletal swing. Or whatever his ultimate's called. His adds are only going to help our damage output as long as the adds clump up on top of him. Because remember, Exploding Palm deals a ton of damage. So I'm going to bring him back to the adds a little bit here. Not bad, not bad. We need to make sure we keep Epiphany up. And remember, with our... Okay, this is when I need to get behind him. With our Greater Gem, Bane of the Stricken, I believe it's called, we are dealing more damage every single time we hit this guy. So our damage may start low on a boss, but it'll only continue to ramp up as we continue to apply pressure. Which is amazing for this build. Again, like, Monk has so many things going for it this season. It's amazing. It is absolutely amazing. And just like that, Greater Rip 50 knocked out within the first month of the season. It's pretty good for a casual player. Pretty damn good. Granted, I've probably put in more time than a casual player would. I'm already Paragon 325, and it's only September 14th. But you know what? Pretty happy with it. If we can get... No. Alright, I will level up my Bane of the Stricken a little bit. Trying to progress these all up at relatively the same amount of time. so that I have the highest chance of actually upgrading them. I don't want to waste any of these runs. Feels crummy when you do that. But that's our 3 upgrades, so let's go back to town. I am still trying to get the Mad Stone, which is a monk spirit stone that will improve my speed farming capability. It's going to be pretty huge for like when I actually need to do bounties and when I need to like just collect some more Greater Rift keys. I mean, you can do rifts in no time flat. I'm missing basically one item to make that dream a reality. So, you know, while I'm still doing these rifts, I am going to be rolling on helmets. These are just normal helmets. I should not have deleted that spirit stone. But we can go ahead and we can craft another one. Bracers, chest armor, cloak, focus, gloves. I wish you could, like, just search for these. So we just need a yellow spirit stone. Are those in their own category? They might be. Oh man, I'm nailing it. Yeah, there we go. So the Sovereign Ascended Stone. Super easy to craft. Takes hardly any materials. And then go over to this bad boy. Slap it in. Put in 25 death breaths and all the other materials. And we get... piece of shit. Alright, so that's what I'm going to be doing with all of my blood shards and everything. Trying to upgrade my helmet or trying to find the helmet I need. As far as everything else... we got Hellcat Waste, which is attack speed. You know, nothing too special. Nothing too special at all. So I'm going to disenchant all of these, but thank you all for watching. This was Greater Rift 50, and I would say that went relatively well. So, in order to progress from here, there are a few things we need to do. We're going to need to up our damage a little bit more. I have something that can make this amazing. I just need some more death breaths, which I just wasted. And then it's just going to be like getting ancient versions of everything we have as far as the Juliana set to increase the dexterity and vitality on these, but still keep all of our cooldown reduction that we have on the pieces that are really important for us to have cooldown reduction on. I also need to get one of the Hellfire, are they Hellfire, Hellcat? I think they're Hellfire necklaces, Hellfire amulets. And I will be doing the necessary steps to farm that, and then I'll kind of bring you all in on the tail end of that so you don't have to watch all that farming. We'll probably do that next episode. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I have a lot of fun with these, and Greater Rift 50 is quite the accomplishment in my opinion. Going to be trying to go up to 55 here in the near future. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.